Left Back FPL.
Hey!
Hey!
All right. Hello, listeners. We are back. Jimmy Ferguson here, and you will have heard already there's a full house. We got the regulars from last week who gave some sterling advice, or was it? Game week 4 was a bit of a toughie, but Captain Russ joins. We've got NVD, and we've got Sean, the John McGinn fanboy. Lads, how you all doing?
Just getting over this game week. What a shocker.
It's been a hard one, right? It really has. And joining them back from the land of maintenance, it's Patrick Vieira. How's the hardware looking, Vieira?
It's good. Everything's going well.
All in order.
Everything's in order to your satisfaction.
That's what she said. Excellent.
Guaranteed.
And it's your main man. He's back. He's been on the Costa del Yarmouth. He's got his gel boy tan going on, Lobster Tan. How are you, Ricky?
I'm not too bad, thanks, Jimmy. Glad to be back, mate. Tuned in last week, loved it. I actually used some of your tips last week as well. Would you believe
no.
it? So it actually
Why you
screwed me right up.
I'm sure it did. I was going to say, really? Hellas, you were sorely missed. I don't think we really gave anything that worked well. What was the tip that we gave that you found useful?
Well, it was going to be useful. It was the tip about getting Werner out. I think you're all right about that. I mean, Sean, the John McGinn fanboy, I know he was pushing that. That was, I think that was a good tip. But yeah, I didn't hit save though, unfortunately, because I did get him out, didn't hit save, and completely screwed myself over. But got him out now.
I had the exact same experience this week. Did not hit save. I thought my captain was sour. I even talked about it last week.
Maybe
just at the game week and it was KDB.
Maybe the wiener didn't want to leave. Maybe it was like, there's some glitch in the system.
You got stuck. The wiener got stuck.
Oh, absolutely shambles. He's actually the top transfer out. I'm not surprised for this week. And De Bruyne's second. People giving up.
I've been thinking about that myself, to be honest. I have been thinking about that because he's quite expensive and people are thinking you can get rid of him and get 2 in that are like 7-ish, potentially. But I tell you what, Sean, that save when you don't hit save, if you email them, they'll switch it for you. Email official
the hindsight chip.
What would you rather do? Not hit save on your fantasy team or not hit the record button on the potty? James,
I think I'd rather not hit save, to be honest. Yeah, not recording the pod is not fun when you have to do it again. But there we go. Guys, everyone's been involved this weekend. So Captain Russ, your beloved Spurs were out there. Obviously United were there. Liverpool, Sean, the John McGinn fanboy, even Villa were involved with Liverpool. And then Fulham, Patrick Vieira, you guys did all right. And then obviously, the biggest elephant in the room, I think, is how on earth has West Ham scored 7 goals in 2 games? What's going on, Pella?
I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. It's funny.
They didn't even let any goals in.
I was in Costa del Clacton. We actually missed the game. We all missed the game. We were all like, just getting together with seeing family and stuff like that. And we was like,
we went to visit David Moyes, did you, to make sure he was all right?
Well wishes. We were sending our well wishes to Moisey.
I think he should stay home more often.
There was no way. I thought we were going to beat Wolves. Exactly. Old Alan Irvine's done a terrific job with the lads there. Maybe they're, just feel a little bit more relaxed without old Moisey around. But yeah, couldn't believe it. 4-0 against Wolves.
Yeah.
Superb display as well. It wasn't just a lucky. We absolutely dominated them. Same against Leicester as well. I don't know where it's how long it's going to last, but enjoying it while it does.
Really good form. I mean, the thing with Alan Irvine is that he looks a little bit like Pellegrini's brother, so maybe they're a little bit sort of used to his look. But mate,
Pellegrini's back from the dead.
It's titleship form. Do you think West Ham are going to keep that up, or is that over?
I think, to be honest, even against Arsenal, we looked good the week before, and we were unlucky not to get a result. He's got this system with 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs, just Antonio on top. And to be honest, it's still Antonio's got to take a lot of credit.
Yeah,
him and Declan Rice, I think they just work their socks off. Yeah, it's a good header from him. He sort of spearheads. He just doesn't stop running, and I think the whole team looked absolutely solid. And I think, David Moyes has gotten well drilled, and you can tell that, and it's starting to pay off.
And Jen, someone's going to have to tell everyone out there what on earth is going on with the league. NVD, Liverpool, really, what was worse, Man United or Liverpool? I feel like Liverpool.
Just Liverpool just can't let Manchester United win, even when it comes to conceding the most amount of goals.
When it comes to being the worst.
We have to let one more in. Atrocious. I mean, look, credit where credit's due. I think Villa were awesome. Were excellent. Their players were up for it. They exploited the high line. I think, Jimmy, you called it out over WhatsApp. Liverpool have been increasingly playing this high line. They did it last season. They didn't do it the season before, and they conceded the least amount of goals. Last season, they started doing that high line, trying to catch the opposition team on the offside trap. Teams have just started to work that out now. And, if you're going to do that, you've got to have those defenders that are quality in their positional sense. And as good as Alexander-Arnold is going forward, I think he lacks some defensive quality sometimes. And I think Joe Gomez, unfortunately, and I think Liverpool fans have known this for a long time, know that he's not a first choice defender for Liverpool. I think Van Dijk papers over some of his cracks, and you know what? They were all there to be seen, and Villa took their chances. Tactics paid off. Haven't you guys
got a new guy at the back now? I thought you brought someone in.
So, we bought Kostas Stimikis as a left back, but that's just cover for Robertson. But no centre backs.
But how much do you think that the game then? Yeah, so how much do you think the game was actually Villa playing very well, or how much was it Liverpool being unlucky? Because quite a few of those goals were pretty mean deflections.
Yeah, I think I think there's two out and out deflections, right? One off on that Van Dijk, and then Fabinho's own goal. I think Ross Barkley's goal, I think just barely clipped Alexander-Arnold. Yeah. But, I think a lot of those chances were a result of Aston Villa just playing well, to be honest. They were up for it, man for man. And just Liverpool just looked off from pretty much the first whistle, first couple of passes, just didn't look right. The team just didn't look right. They weren't at the races, and, they got a hiding. They got what was coming to them. And, it's got to be said as well. Look, I think Adrian did well first 10 games of the season, last season. But
he's
again,
shocking, isn't he?
He just
as a number 2 understudy.
Yeah, again, yesterday you just saw he just isn't good enough as a number 2. There's just certain shots in his positioning sense, and also his ability to kind of even just try and make a save. It's just kind of beyond me, really. He just completely fluffs it. Naturally, he was at fault for the first, his complete miss kick out. But yeah, I think there's probably a reason why he was released and, just training in some second division team back in Spain.
Yeah, I think they should stick you in. You'd probably save a few more. Sean, John McGinn fanboy, what do you think?
I think you've been a little bit... Well, I mean, obviously they got beat 7-2, but maybe a bit harsh. I mean, if you look at the stats, Liverpool had something like over 70% possession. They had something like 480 passes versus Villa's 250, right? So it's crazy to think of those are the stats, and as a team they got beat by 5 goals and conceded 7, right? I think Villa definitely lucky with some of the deflection by the juice of luck. I think last season Villa had a lot of games where they played well against the bigger teams and they didn't quite get the result, right? And they got the luck at the end of the season to hold on, but 9 points from 4 games for those guys, they'll be laughing, right? That's what did they finish with last year? Low 20s. It's almost halfway there to safety already. Good start to the season for them. And nice to see John in there. Did you see his pass for the, was it the 5th goal? There was some ball, right?
Yeah, I missed that one. But Sean, John McGinn fanboy, we have had some controversy, a bit of a notes coming into the inbox.
Oh,
someone wasn't very happy. So I'll read you this question. It's coming from Matt Reynolds. What does Sean the John McGinn fanboy think of his superhero getting robbed of a bonus point by a prejudiced bonus point system? Salah contributed to his team conceding 7 goals and still earned a bonus point. This is bullshit. What do you think, Sean?
Well, anything that takes
word for word.
from my John McGinn, right? Anything, he deserves a point. I think he should get 3 bonus points just for being on the pitch. But I don't know. I know you're a big advocate of hating the bonus point system, aren't you, Jimmy? And you think it's a bit unfair out there, and I think it's something everyone struggles to understand, right? And we need to kind of do a deep dive into that. But I mean, there was no doubt that Grealish was the most outstanding player. He got something like 26 points, I believe.
It just doesn't seem to make sense, does it? It's like Trent Alexander, like we were saying the week before, he sort of didn't score a goal, got a yellow card, got 1 assist, and ended up with 3 bonus points. There's just something wrong with the system, and we do need to do that deep dive. It's like Danny Wings used to get them always last year.
Yeah, for having 1 touch a game. But I wasn't complaining, right? That was normally a goal. So that's good. But to be honest, I think John, knowing John well, I don't think he'll be losing any sleep after getting a goal and a couple of assists and winning the Anfield. I think he'll be happy enough. So
he got a goal and 2 assists, but no bonus points, right?
Yeah, it's
crazy.
I did,
yeah. Sounds like Rob. You'll have to get him on one week, Sean, so we can have a word with him.
Yeah, sure.
And his brothers as well. I want all 3.
All 3 of them and a sister too. Why not?
Excellent. Okay, guys, going to move on to Captain Russ. I'm going to have to give him his chance in the limelight. 6 goals your boys put past my lads. I'll go first. Completely unfair, completely biased. Lee Dixon, worst commentator in the world. What else?
Did you watch it together, you two?
We should have done. It was 8:30 in the morning. I was just eating my eggs, having my eggs, and
eating your eggs.
So you had your eggs then, Captain. What were they? Seagull eggs? That's how you must do it in the.
Mate, I had my cake. I mean, come on! What a game! I mean, Jesus! Did you watch it? It was just.
I did until half time. I have to admit, I think all of your team had their scrambled eggs. They were really up for it. But you had.
I think Jose just was like. I'm sure he was like, yeah, I'm not sure. Son is injured. He's not going to play. I'm sure he knew all along he was going to play. It was almost like a bluff to think that.
Well, he was saving face from last week because he took him off at half time. Saving him, I think, for this one. And then you guys drew 1-1 last time. And, so he didn't look like an idiot for taking Son off.
Yeah.
Pretending he said there was
gamble, didn't it? He was like a risk that he was going to play him. But apparently he didn't have any...
It's not acceptable, mate. It's just not acceptable for Fantasy Premier League managers everywhere across the globe. Like, he has done us a disjustice.
Complete disservice to everybody out there, but fortunately I didn't have Son in my team anyway, so
fortunately
I was happy just to watch them bang in the goals and see Man United deteriorate off the face of the planet. It was a beautiful 90 minutes and it's definitely going to be the highlight of the season. I mean, especially after you go 1-0 up, with a penalty. Yeah, I mean, we just tore through your defence. There was no question. And your midfield was weak. Pogba was awful.
I've said it before, he has to go.
It was a walk in the park, mate. It was... Yeah. But we did play... I'm not giving Spurs their just desserts, but they played exceptionally well. It's looking good. We've got, a good formation. We look hungry again. And hopefully it's... what we're going to see in the future, in the next few weeks and towards the end of the season. It'd be great to see that passion back again. It's great.
I hope not. Anyway, before everyone turns off the podcast, we'll move on. No one wants to hear Spurs do so well, except Spurs fans. But what I'd have to say is if the highlight was, the way you guys did the low light was Eric Lamela acting like a baby. I can't believe that. That was ridiculous. He was barely touched. I've been slapped harder by my nephew. It was awful.
It was retaliation, though, wasn't it? He shouldn't have retaliated.
He should have been red carded.
He should not have retaliated. If he'd went red carded, then it'd have been different. But what can I say? I mean,
do people on this call think that Lamela should have been sent off?
No, not at all.
I think it should have been. Both of them should have got the same. Pretty much. Well, both of them either a yellow card or both a red card. One of the. I don't see why they. Martial gets sent off and he only gets a yellow card.
Sean, what are you saying?
I mean, this is stupid, right? As a professional footballer, you need to know that in the